I know that I stated that my last video would be my last one for a while, but the farce that was our game against Tottenham Hotspur on the weekend was nothing short of farcical. Now, I may be a one-eyed hammer, but the treatment we got from mainly the officiating was nothing short of farcical. Let's get the boys to have their sing, and let's get into it. G'day, West Ham mates. As Clyde goes past, will you see a bit of Clyde watch? Welcome to another episode of the Southern Joe West Ham Show with your West Ham mate from down under, Southern Joe. So this past Saturday, October 19, 2024, we visited the Spurs home venue for another London derby. Keeping in with the aggressive style of play that Aussie coach of the Spurs, Ange Postecoglou, likes, the Spuds did come out all guns blazing. But they had ineffectual possession, in fact about 2/3 of possession, and they had something like about 7 or 8 quarters just within the first quarter hour. I thought that our Guido Rodriguez did a great job shutting down Son of the Spurs in the first half, and for all their possession, for all their multitude of quarters, Spurs did very little in the first half apart from equalise. We were patient, we were resolute. They had 2 decent chances from Son and Johnson in the first 20 minutes, but neither on target. We opened the scoring on 18 minutes with Mo Kudus, who had a shot from a similar scenario, saved only moments earlier, then found the back of the net with a right foot side foot. It was very nice. We continue to frustrate the Spurs team and their fans with more resolute defending, but after a foul on Paqueta went unwhistled, they got a fast break, followed by a lucky break when Kulusevski's shot hit both posts but still rolled in. Areola didn't have the best of days in goal. This is one Moa should have saved. Mind you, he did some great clean-up work, but also his distribution was subpar in this match. After the half-time break, Bissouma scored a soft goal. Now, even though his position was similar to Kudus, a successful strike, it was a soft goal to concede, so that was on us for not defending as well as we had been most of the game up until that point. Their third goal was just a one-off calamity for us, an own goal that even at the staff Christmas party, you'd be hard-pressed to recreate. Son did have his moment of creativity and scored an individual goal to make it 4-1. They put 3 passes in 7 minutes, and only the Son strike was anything close to a worldie. And had Guido been marking Son, that goal might not have happened. Who knows? The second goal was soft, and the third one was against us. Well, less said about that calamity, the better. Even at 4-1, the boys tried in vain to peg back the difference. Now, we weren't helped by some shocking refereeing. Souček copped a yellow card for a 50-50 scrap that only resulted in the yellow for him because the other jabroni flung himself to the ground. There were some other instances, but let's take a look at 2 disgraceful decisions, even by VAR. Now, I'm a supporter of VAR, but I think the officiating needs to be tightened up, and they need to be held accountable for their decisions in real time, like they do in the cricket and also in the NRL. I can't get a screenshot of the incident, and the highlights gloss over it, but we should have had a penalty when Udogie, who knew he was guilty by trying to sell an injury as though it hit him elsewhere, clearly handballed right on the goal line. Funny how VAR took a split second to review this. In the past, we've had decisions less decisive than this go against us after a CSI forensic viewing of the footage. The biggest disgrace is the red card on Kudus. Even with VAR, how do they miss the baiting by Van de Ven and then Richarlison? So, here's what happened. Kudus is trying to dribble from our back half. He gets into a tangle with Van de Ven. who lies down and obstructs Kudus. Now, from this pic, you can clearly see that the ref is awarding a free kick to us. From here, Kudus is trying to get out of his way. Let the Spud idiot take a nap, as you can see there. See this still shot? Van der Veen makes the first contact. I don't know what egregious act Kudus committed, because even if he thought Kudus stepped on his hand, this Spud had no right to carry on like a pork chop the way he did. I can understand if it was a horrible late tackle, but this was bull dust. So then the two shove each other away, with Van der Ven falling down like the pack of Spuds he is. Now here you can see the two Spuds having a nap and needing a new diapers, and you'll see why soon. The second Spud lying on the ground in that picture is Richarlison, who ran in to be a hero. Instead, see this picture, Richarlison is about to make possibly inadvertently head contact with Kudus. Under NRL rules, he would cop a ban under the third man in rule. He didn't look like he wanted to calm things down like many players from both teams tried to do. But it's disgusting that the Spurs were allowed to get away with such simulation. If I could speak to them, I would solemnly ask, were you really hurt? If the answer is yes, well then please don't ever rush to help me in a fight. Not that I'd get into one, but I'd be better off with a 10-year-old who just got his new karate gi. I think the scoreline flattered Spurs. Yeah, they dominated possession, but they did very little with it. They had 22 shots on goal and only 7 on target. Take away the calamity of that 7-minute stretch where they put 3 passes, and there's not that much difference between us. Now look, Areola should have saved a couple of the goals, even though he committed some good clean-up work, as I said before. It was just his distribution that let him down. There seemed to be a lack of communication between some players also that let us down as well. Pack is a bit up and down at the moment. Kudus is almost unplayable, which is why teams are monstering him. Bowen is mighty as always, and we have a good squad. Souček was honest in his assessment after the game. He knew the overall performance wasn't good enough, but all is not lost. One thing I've discovered, the West Ham Facebook pages that I called out as being bullplop writers in my last episode, I reckon they just churn out their shite with the help of ChatGPT or something like that. They get up-to-date bulldust published within minutes of a game finishing. Stay strong, Hammer fans. Let's hope the Hammer staff look at getting the Kudus red overturned and maybe put the blowtorch back on Van der Ven and Richarlison for their antics. It was disgusting. Now, I'll do another video when I feel it's right. But this has been your West Ham mate from down under, Southern Joe, saying, hooroo, come on you irons.